Willie McGinest is with us, 15-year NFL vet, NBC Sports Radio. Of course, you can see him on the NFL Network, 3-time Super Bowl champ. He was on one of those teams that beat the Eagles. We won't get into that, Willie, but welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're great. It's good to catch up with you here and about the quarter pole of the season. I'd love to get your thoughts on some of the things that are happening. Let's start with last night. Dallas, a slow start. They just looked out of sync, and then they kind of closed the game out last night. What you think of Dallas, the way they played and what they've done through 3 weeks so far?
I think Dallas, for them to get back on track from what happened with Denver, they needed to come out and solidify the trenches, run the football, be more physical, get Ezekiel Elliott going. I know he took a lot of criticism for his effort or whatnot on the interception, but that was a good way to get him back on track, get him doing his little eating sign. And then I thought Dak, of course, he played out of his mind. He made some incredible plays, some big plays. On the other side of the ball, I like the way the Cardinals came out. It just seemed like all that went away, and they kind of went back to playing not the way they're used to playing, man, protecting Carson Palmer. They couldn't generate any offense, and then the defense couldn't stop Dallas.
Obviously, Johnson being out for them is a big loss, and Dallas now 2-1. Let's flip over to Eagles-Giants. What'd you think of the Giants' game plan? I saw you guys talking about this, you specifically, Sunday morning, on what you thought the Giants should have done against the Eagles. They got the ball out of the hand pretty quick because of the Eagle pass rush, but wasn't enough to get them a W, now 0-3.
I'm glad you watched, man, because some people don't watch, and we try to give them the game plan. You know, we try to feed them, but they don't listen, and that was my thing. If your offensive line is struggling and you can't protect, you got to get the ball out. You got to figure out, you got to shorten the passing game. You got to get the ball out. And then you got to continuously try to find a way to get some balance. I don't know how much they've given up on the run, but at some point they're going to have to solidify the run game as well. But I thought they came out with a good game plan. They executed for the most part. They got the ball in the end zone. They got some of their playmakers going, which was good. But they just wasn't able to finish, man. The Eagles are a tough team. That's my sleeper team. The run game, I think the Eagles showed everybody this weekend that we're just not going to be a passing offense. We're going to have a physical front, and we're going to pound people, and we're going to be physical with LeGarrette Blount, and Smallwood came in there, and man, I thought they played a great game. I thought they played a great balanced game.
I know you probably have watched a lot of Smallwood, keeping your eye on your old Patriots there, but the Eagles, 75% pass plays coming in. They ran 39 times for 193, which has the people in Philly rejoicing. Who should the Eagles be? Should they be the Carson Wentz throw with Alshon Jeffrey and Zach Ertz and Torrey Smith, or should they turn around and hand the ball off to Smallwood and LeGarrette Blount?
I think you do both. I think you game plan according to who you're playing against. If a team can't, if they have a terrible pass defense and they can't cover, then it's okay to run, to throw the football. If a team is soft up front, they got soft edges, then you run it. But I think you have to have some balance. Anytime you got a young quarterback like Carson Wentz, you want to add that balance. You don't want to put too much pressure on him or the offensive line. And if you got great backs that can pound the ball and go north and south and get it in the end zone, then, hey, man, that's a luxury. So you got to use both aspects of the game.
Willie McGinest, 3-time Super Bowl champion, NBC Sports Radio, NFL Network. Of course, just put in the Patriots Hall of Fame in 2015. Speaking of that, then, can you kind of bring us inside a Belichick meeting when he faces a team from week to week? Is that why you see a different running back carry the ball virtually every week? Because he just looks at what the other team struggles at and goes after them in that fashion. It's why you don't see the same game plan from them from week to week?
How you win football games is you got to create matchups, and you got to find the mismatches within the defense or the offense. Josh McDaniels, Matt Patricia, Bill Belichick, they are the best in the game at doing that. And you're going to see different players. Your role as a player for the New England Patriots is going to change from week to week, depending on who you're playing against. It changed for me. There's a reason why I didn't have 150 sacks, because the majority of the time, if we're playing a team that's going to spread us out and throw the football, I was going to be in coverage. I wasn't going to be able to put my hand in the dirt and rush the quarterback every single play. So it's about team success versus individual success, and you're going to always do what's better for the team to get that victory versus what you really want to do as far as stats and individualism.
How about Washington? If you're in the NFC East, they beat Oakland up the other night. Should we keep an eye on the Redskins, or are we not sold on them yet?
I hope so, man. You know, that was great for football. It's good to see the underdog come out. I was the underdog so many times in certain games earlier in our career. It's good to see Washington and Greg Minuski and that defense go out and say, we don't care how prolific this offense is, we're going to come out and we're going to set the standard. We're going to win up front, which they pushed that offensive line around all day long. They were more physical. They played with passion. They made plays. They got after the quarterback. They covered well. It was great to see that, man. And then offensively, Kirk Cousins getting going with the offense and watching their players go out and not against a great defense for the Raiders. We know that defense is a great, but it was just great to see them go out and compete and to hear Josh Norman with all that energy.
Passion.
He was amped up after the game, man. It was incredible.
We'll leave you this, Willie. Obviously, week 3 will be remembered for what happened off the field and before games, and you're a 15-year veteran, a Hall of Famer. Would love to hear you share your thoughts on what you saw from the current players being a former player.
I thought it was powerful with the owners and the players and what they did. They're not going to let anybody divide. Our Shield is powerful. It's a great league. It's the most powerful sport in the world. It was good to see people from all different backgrounds, religions, and everything come together, lock arms in solidarity for a common goal. It was a slap in the face what was said, and it was good to see our players, our men, stand up for themselves. And, now the next step is we've made a statement. We've showed that we're powerful, we're strong, we're together. Nothing can divide us. Now you just want to see them go out, play great football, and ignore the outside noise. Don't let anybody distract what's going on in the NFL. And when it's the off season or your off day, now do something about the cause. Go back to those communities, help improve those community relationships with law enforcement and the community. Do whatever you can to give back. But I think the message has been sent. And it was just good to see everybody on the same page.
Willie McGinest, before we let you run, what happened with McNabb? Did he really throw up? You were on the field.
I didn't see him throw up, man. I thought he was just sick because all that great defense he was getting in his face.
What was taking him so long? What was taking him so long? Going back 2004. Go ahead.
You'd be nervous too, man. You'd be nervous too if you saw me and Rodney Harris and Richard Seymour and all those guys standing on the other side of the ball, Teddy Bruschi and all those guys on the other side of the ball. You'd be nervous too.
Many of those guys now a member of the media. Willie McGinest, NBC Sports Radio, the 24/7 live sports talk network, which you can listen to NBCSportsRadio.com and watch them on the NFL Network Game Plan. And Willie, good to catch up with you, pal.
Thank you, man.